Hi everybody. Hold on, let me get to the live chat here. It's been a day. Been going since 10:07. 10:07. If you read my post, you'll see where we were. It was Accepted Students Day at Ethan's College, so we had to get there this in the morning, and then they always have nice, this stuff. They have coffee, so like all these kind of every kind of thing you can imagine, and then they split you off into your field of study. So we went, did that whole thing, and then we went to lunch, and then we had to go back to the school store. It was raining. Look, my hair is like, look at my hair. It's just like, we just got, they gave us ponchos. We had an umbrella, but it was just rain. And then it got up to like 56 degrees, which actually felt a little balmy. And then we went to another town, and then we did some shopping because we had to get some groceries, but it was crazy because they were doing an Accepted Students Day in that town too, so all the stores were just jam-packed. The town was jam-packed. It was crazy, but we had a good time. I mean, the rain didn't even dampen it. It's tiring. And then on the way home, it was foggy, really foggy, and I should make sure that I'm live because I can't even see the chat or anything. But it was really foggy, and Ethan drove on the part of the way home, so that was, but it was still, even for him, it was really foggy. You'll see where we were. It was Accepted Student. So, and today, he's got a few more minutes before his birthday. So, hi, Tree Dog. So his birthday's tomorrow, and then, so we went, and I said, what kind of cake do you want? Do you want, so he's real particular about, like, he's like, but I don't eat cake anymore, Mom. So I'm like, you don't eat cake anymore? Like, I don't understand. You don't eat cake anymore. So then he's like, well, I'll have an ice cream cake. But then he's like, you know what I want to do? I want to do these cookie brownies. So it's a mixture of cookies and brownies. So I'm not going to argue with him. It's his birthday, right? So that's what I'm going to make. And I got the candles and everything for that. So that's what he wants. And then I'm going to make another cake for Michael, because I told you what happened with Michael's, how everything went there. Hello there. How is everybody going? Now I sound like Gail. I sound like you. How is everybody going? I'm saying that now, Gail. Why is that? How is everybody doing? Let's see. There's Gail. I'm in top chat. There's Tree Dog. And there's Michael. How are you? And I know that, ooh, I'm so cold, that Evie's listening, and Elle and Bucky, who's at her daughter's, and our auction is going to be tomorrow because it's been like a day and a half. It's too much, and I'm not going to push myself, and I don't want to push anybody else because Bucky's at her daughter's, and Evie said she feels she hurt a little back. Tomorrow's better. So hi, Christine. And tomorrow's better for Elle, and tomorrow's better for Tina. So we're going to do it tomorrow. And being that we had our auction a day late, it seems like it's like right there, right? You're watching from Daytona Beach, Florida. Welcome, Daytona Beach. What's the weather there in Daytona Beach? I know there's a lot of places having like really bad storms and stuff. So it was only rain, go away. And then it did stop raining by the time we were back, but it was just raining. Thank you, Christine. Keep it up. Always going, right? Thank you, Christine. So just horrible. And like the stores didn't have a lot of stuff too. There was a lot of stuff that was sold. It was nuts because I guess we were in college towns, and so we went from one to the other, they were about a half an hour apart. But we should probably, I don't know if we would have fared any better going there. I do have to make a big Sam's Club run, but you know, weather's warm there. Oh, I bet it is. I bet it is. Slam says a friend of mine's house was destroyed by a microburst. In Indiana, Slam? Oh, I'm sorry, lost 6 oak trees. Also. Wow. She lost her house, Slim, and very sorry. Prayers for her. Oh, in Valpo, wow. A microburst, wow, that's scary. Oh, he. I'm sorry, prayers for him. Sorry, I don't know why I just said she, right? Sorry. But I don't know what, this is going to be a bag of tricks kind of thing. Well, I guess I'll look at some of the headlines, see what's going on. I know Karen Reed is jury selection. I know that Lori Vallow is supposed to start Monday, and Simontelli will be going over the closing arguments again for the third day on Monday, and so cold. Whew. Last month was Daytona Bike Week. Motorcycles galore. Yeah. Somebody was just talking about that. Who was talking about that? Somebody was. I'm freezing now. I made myself some coffee, and now it's like cold coffee. Ice cold coffee. Still have a headache right here from just driving, and I wasn't even driving the last. But I was like mentally driving, I think, with Ethan with the fog and stuff. Crazy weather, and I think it's going to be raining tomorrow too. I just wanted to get nice, some warm weather, but let me take a look at some stuff here, okay? Let's see what's going on. I want to see if there's any more about that grandmother. There's so many things about that grandmother, and I want to see if there's anything with what Scooter was saying. I wonder if Scooter, did you find that? What they said about that grandmother? Let me see. Let me see, I'm going to see some stuff here. Because Scooter said she saw something. And I don't know where she saw that. But there are some things I want to look up on that. Oh, I forgot to show Ethan that. Dang. I'll have to show him later. Hang on a moment. Where'd that go? No. Oh my goodness. Okay, that was her on the stand during her sentencing. And I'm going to go to something, let me see. See if there's any more stuff on this, okay? Now all of a sudden I'm freezing ice cold now. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's see here. Put the glasses on and let's see. Okay, so here's what here's what somebody said. This was somebody said this, believe it or not, last year. They said, this case has stuck with me more than anything. It's left a huge question mark. Florida's laws are disgustingly lenient when it comes to negligence. Casey Anthony was from there after all, and okay, so this is not. Hold on a minute, let me see what happened here. This was. No, this is from a year ago. I want to go right to the. After the sentencing and see what's going on. Okay, here we go. So, some people are very angry about it. Other people are saying things aren't adding up. Let's see. But I don't know what Scooter saw something really strange, and she didn't screenshot it. And so she said she saw something that somebody was in jail with the mother and just about some weird stuff. And I don't know, because I didn't see it, and of course she can't find it now. I'm going to try to see if I can see anyone that was in jail with Tracy Nix. I know, I just don't see it, Scooter. I wish I knew where you were with this whole thing, you know? Because I just don't see that. And I'm freezing. Yeah. Let me see one thing over here. And yesterday I read you those documents where she was let go from a position, but the woman said that she was being forgetful and stuff, but she really, really liked her and said she was really nice, but there was something going on. And that was like, what was that, like 3 years before any of this happened? So it's just, there's so many things that are just so crazy in this case. I have no idea. I don't know. It's like you think you're going to get some answers, but I don't know. I think we better move on to another story because I don't know. Let's see what's going on here. There's come on. Oh boy. Oh wow, look at this. I haven't heard about this. Let's look into this. Let me put the graphic up so we know we're on to something else. It says that this is the case of Nathan Carmen. That must be Carmen from South Park. He was charged with the murder of his mother and suspected of shooting his grandfather before he took his own life in 2023. This almost reminds me of, I don't know what I just, remember that, it doesn't really, remember there was some case a while back, and this, I don't know if it was the guy's mother and somebody else was missing, and were going to go look at a horse or something. Do you remember that case? I think it's just, oh yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so this is, the investigators said there are too many inconsistencies and it doesn't add up. Special Agent Eric Gemp said detectives investigating the case of the Vermont man who was charged with the murder of his mother, God bless you, and suspected of shooting his grandfather before killing himself in prison in 2023 just don't add up, right? So Nathan Carmen was arrested and charged in 2022 with the death of his mother, Linda Carmen, and it was on a fishing trip off the coast of Rhode Island. So let's look at the press release about that. Okay, so this was the press release from the United States Attorney General's Office, District of Vermont, which I'm going to pull over here. Go on now. Go on now, get over there. Okay. So it's the Office of the United States Attorney for the District of Vermont stated that Nathan Carmen, who was 28, of Vernon, Vermont, was arrested on May 10th of 2022 pursuant to an 8-count indictment charging him with the 2016 murder of his mother, Linda Carmen, on the high seas and related frauds to obtain family and insurance funds. Carmen will be arraigned. That was tomorrow. That was May 11th, 2022. According to the unsealed indictment, in 2013, Nathan Carmen shot and killed his grandfather, John Chocolos, at Chocolos's home in Windsor, Connecticut. And in 2016, he killed his mother, Linda Carmen, and sunk his boat during a supposed fishing trip off the coast of Rhode Island. The indictment alleges that both killings were part of a scheme to obtain money and property from the estate of John Chocolos and related family trusts. The indictment further alleges that Carmen attempted to defraud the company that insured his fishing boat. If convicted of murder on the high seas, Carmen faces mandatory life imprisonment. The fraud charges each carry a potential penalty of up to 30 years. So let's get this right? He is accused of killing his grandfather in 2013 and his mother 3 years later in 2016, but he wasn't arrested until 2022. That was almost 10 years after the first and 6 after the second. 6 years. Crazy, right? And it says the indictment further alleges that Carmen attempted to defraud the company that insured his fishing boat. If convicted, he faces mandatory life imprisonment. The fraud charges carry up to 30 years of imprisonment. But then, And then he took his own life. Let's see. So strange, huh? Let's see here. What did I do with... Okay. All right, let me get back to this here. Why were there so many years between? Let's see. So, following the incident, Nathan filed an $85,000 insurance claim for the lost boat. And he told the insurance company that he did not radio for help or set off the boat's emergency locator because he didn't realize the boat was sinking until it was too late. Well, how did he get in? He also allegedly claimed that the boat drifted eastward. And an oceanographer, Richard Limeburner, said that based on the data of the currents in that area, the boat would have drifted the opposite way from which Nathan claimed, right? There were just too many inconsistencies, said that Special Agent Eric Gemp. So the insurance claim was denied due to holes in the story. A judge ruled in the insurance company's favor, citing the faulty repairs Nathan made to the boat. However, the ruling did not determine whether Nathan may have intentionally sunk the boat. A few years prior to the boat incident, in 2013, Nathan's grandfather, John Chocolos, a wealthy real estate developer, was found shot dead in his Windsor, Connecticut home. He was a suspect in that case. Now, Christopher McKee, a former lieutenant with the Windsor Police Department, said that detectives determined that the person that killed Chocolos most likely used a Sig Sauer rifle, and running ballistics tests on the bullet fragments found at the scene of the crime is what determined that. And when detectives questioned Nathan about whether he owned any guns, he told them that he only had an air gun. But then later on, it was found out that Nathan did purchase a Sig Sauer in New Hampshire a few weeks before his grandfather's death. When confronted with that information, he told detectives that he lost the gun. He didn't know where it was. They've never found that gun. Detectives also said that there was 1 hour during the day of his grandfather's death, which he just couldn't count for his whereabouts. He reportedly claimed that he left his house at 3 a.m., and he got lost on his way to meet his mom for one of their fishing trips and wasn't heard from again until 4 a.m. Now, Nathan took his own life in jail on June 15th of 2023, and of course that dismissed the charges against him. And there is a book about this written by Casey Sherman. It's called Blood in the Water. And that author believes that Nathan is both a victim and a villain in his own story. I don't know how he's the victim and the villain. I don't see where the victim's coming in there, do you? I don't. Okay, I don't understand why it took so long. Reporting numbers. Let's see what else we've got. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see. Oh, Shabus. Shabus got in trouble. Did you guys hear that? She apparently, I guess, attacked her lawyer on Friday, and that's not the first time that she's done that. Shabus. It's not Shabus, but it's Shabus. So Taylor Shabus previously attacked a lawyer during a pretrial hearing in her murder case. She's facing a new charge of battery by prisoner after she allegedly attacked a nurse at the Tachita Correctional Facility where she's serving a life sentence after being convicted of murdering 25-year-old Shad Thyron. Shabus arrived at court on Friday wearing her hair in half-up pigtails, had only been seated for a few minutes when she suddenly erupted, yelled out an indecipherable word, and charged at her attorney. The footage shows that Shabus is tackled and restrained by 5 court officers. Well, I know the last time they had her in court, there were numerous officers around her, right? The judge then called a recess. When court resumed, Shabus appeared remotely via video feed. It's not the first time Shabus has attacked her attorney in court. She attacked another lawyer during a pretrial hearing in her murder case. Shabus' latest charge stems from a July 2024 incident when she allegedly attacked a nurse in prison. Shabus allegedly lunged at the nurse and swung a metal tray at her while having a staple removed from her arm. Wow, she sounds like she should be like wear the Hannibal Lecter thing and come in on the hand truck, right? She later told officers she jumped out of surprise due to the pain of the tweezers being used to extract the staple and could not recall anything after that. A not guilty plea was entered on Shabus' behalf in court on Friday. Her lawyer did not respond for a request for comment. Shabus was convicted in 2023 of the murder and mutilation of a corpse in connection with the February 2022 death of Thyron. Shabus told investigators that the two had intimate relations after taking methamphetamine, which turned violent, and said that she began to choke her lover. And once deceased, Shabus essayed the victim before mutilating and chopping up his body with a bread knife. His mother later found his head and genitalia in a bucket. Yeah, Shabus. Wow. And it says the jury ultimately found that Shabus was of sound mind. Wow. Okay. I meant to talk about it the other day, Shabus. I guess she who knows what she figures she's in jail for life, right? What is And Russell Brand is in trouble. He's been charged with R and SA, and he's going to go to court in May. Let's see what else we have. Wow. An Ohio driver called... Oh, wow. This is pretty bad. Oh, where's my thing? Look at that accident. Crash. A man in Ohio caused this 3-car crash after dropping his donut. The crash occurred while the driver was reaching down for food, according to the citation. The driver, Nicholas Fleming, received a ticket for his involvement in the crash, which took place on Wednesday, April 2nd, at the intersection of Rock Creek and Dewey Roads. Updated information was that 3 vehicles were involved, all with heavy damage, and 1 patient entrapped. The Thompson Fire Department and the Hamden Fire Department attended the scene. So hopefully everybody's alive, though. A driver caused the accident after reportedly dropping his donut. The man reportedly told troopers he was unfamiliar with the area and that he was reaching for his coffee at the time when he dropped the sweet treat. Wow. The distracted driver hit 2 cars before heading west. Wow. That's amazing if no one was killed in that, because look at that. 1 car. Okay, the man driving the 3rd car sustained serious injuries, including 4 broken ribs, a broken wrist, and a broken knee. And then it says there was 1 patient that was assessed and refused transport and was treated at the scene and released. And then the extrication of the final patient, they were transported to UH with non-life-threatening injuries. And let's see. A medical helicopter had been placed on standby but was canceled after all patients were deemed stable. Well, that's good because that looks really bad. Oh my goodness, what is this? Get out of here. This is crazy. Okay, this is unbelievable. Okay, look at this guy right here. Coming up right here. I'll tell you what this is. This is nuts. What this is. New Jersey, okay? This man that you see right here is the North Bergen Police Department Police Chief, Robert Farley. New Jersey police chief accused of spiking coworkers' coffee. And this is not the one, remember, that was peeing and stuff that we saw on water bottles, pooping on floors and sticking hypodermic needle into a fellow officer. They failed to meet the standards, his actions really failed to meet the standards of professional conduct, but also appeared intended to humiliate me and other victims, one officer said. There were several officers who had filed notices against Robert Farley, the police chief of the North Bergen Police Department. Oh my goodness. Farley has fostered a workplace environment characterized by inappropriate behavior and so-called practical jokes that are demeaning, said one coworker. That was a practical joke. The township of North Bergen, which oversees the police department, denied the allegations and said the case has been referred to the Hudson County Prosecutor's Office. New Jersey police chief has been accused of several officers of harassment and inappropriate behavior. So let's see what he's done. According to the documents, Farley has fostered a workplace environment characterized by inappropriate behavior and so-called practical jokes. Lieutenant Alex Guzman wrote, these actions not only failed to meet the standard of professional conduct, but intended to humiliate me and other victims. God bless you. A national, let's see here. The notices accused Farley, who was sworn in as police chief in February of 2024, of interfering with health and safety standards at the office, adding in prescription medication, including Adderall and Viagra, in the office coffee. Oh my gosh. Which caused staff to inadvertently experience side effects of these substances without their consent. That's horrible. Officers were subjected to harassment and intimidation. He would allegedly defecate on the floor in front of his entire office staff. What? And leave feces on the bathroom floor with the intent of having someone unknowingly step on it. Farley was also accused of ordering officers to complete his daughter's homework, which was described as humiliating. He also allegedly once jabbed another officer in his genitals with a hypodermic needle. What? This sounds insane, doesn't it? The notices claim that he would also damage the items in his office, including a TV and picture frames, in fits of rage, as well as other officers' personal property by breaking pens and smearing ink on uniforms, vehicle door handles, and office equipment. Wow. The harassment also extended to their families. Officers claim saying that Farley would deliver inappropriate items to the officers' homes, including, oh my gosh, like really sexual things. Let's see, that's crazy. And he earns more than $228,000 a year, according to his pension records. And he has a department of more than 120 officers. That is crazy. Let's see what there's. hold on, let me see what they're saying here in this. Someone said, wow, this behavior is absolutely bizarre. I find myself wondering how he managed to rise to the rank of chief, unless what he's been doing since securing the position in 2024 is brand new. Too weird. The accusations against the police chief are so varied and bizarre that I'll bet they're true. Plus, cops rarely rat out other cops. The chief sounds like a real psychopath. What is going on? Sociopath. Someone said New Jersey mayor has serious issues. Okay. I hope these police chief's allegations are proven false. If not, he's seriously mentally ill. That's crazy. Let's see. They're bound to have pictures or other types of proof before they filed against him. There needs to be an investigation done by someone outside of that town or county, and he needs to be placed on leave till the investigation is complete. The people who hired him don't want it to look like he screwed up. He's only been there a little over a year. Something's happened in that time. That is so weird. Let's see what you guys are saying about this, and I just want to make sure that we're... Uh-oh, where's my thing? Here. What is that? That's crazy. Despicable, Linda says. Hi, Furley Farmhouse. How's it going? Hi, Debbie D. Do. Hi, Scooter. Who else came in here while I was working here? Debbie D. Gal, Linda, Scooter. Nora Woods. Okay, Nora. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's Tree Dog. I think I grabbed you last time. All right, let me go to... Scooter, did you ever find that comment about that woman? Did you find anything on that? The lady lost her job at the school because she was doing things like giving out the wrong homework. I think she has brain fog going on. She got the max of 5 years. Yeah, I know, but Scooter had seen something slam RN that was highly disturbing. And there's a lot of stuff that doesn't add up, like a lot of stuff that's not adding up from what they said in 1 minute to the next. And we went over it last night after the crafts. I don't know if you saw that one, but there's a lot of inconsistencies in that case. Lots of inconsistencies. All right, let me see something here. We're back here. Hi, Tina. All right. Oh, boy. All right, let's see what else we've got. We don't have to just stay on true crime. This is a mixed bag Saturday night. Let's see what else is going on. I'm cold all of a sudden. What time? It's 43 degrees now. Oh, let's see. Not finding any boy. Do you know Michaela Negria, a makeup influencer? She's admitted her husband, Cody, is in rehab after months of speculation. I don't know who that is. Okay, let's see what's going on. Tori Spelling is apparently having a breakdown of some kind. Let's see what's going on with Tori. Tori Spelling is getting candid about life and motherhood and doing it alone. She had a sit-down with Aubrey O'Day on the Miss Spelling podcast. Tori is 51 years old, and she broke down as she opened up about being a single mom to her 5 children, Liam 18, Stella 16, Hattie 13, Finn 12, and Bo 8. So does she only have one daughter? Finn, Bo, Hattie. Oh, no, Hattie must, I think Hattie's. Okay. The topic of conversation came up as a Spelling discussed talking about her very odd relationship with men with a new therapist. Well, men, I thought she just had Derek. What was his name? What was McDermott? Was his name Derek McDermott? Dean, not Derek. She said, I'm now 51 and single again with 5 kids, so I don't even know where I stand in the future. She filed for divorce from Dean McDermott after 18 years of marriage in March of 2024, citing irreconcilable differences as the reason behind their split. The date of separation was listed as June 17th of 2023. And that was the day that Dean McDermott announced on Instagram that they had decided to go their separate ways, but then later deleted it. After saying that she's not on any dating site, she admitted, I don't want to be with somebody, but I do want to be. I just don't want to be alone. O'Day shared that she felt the same way, and then that's when Tori began to cry. You know me, I'm positive. I just don't want to die alone. And the O'Day said, you're not going to die alone. She said, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Let's see. The host hugged her, said, we're not alone. We have each other. There are other people that have our backs too. We're not alone. We just have to believe that first. And then she said, such an effed up life, all this shite. And let's see. See if there's anything else on. I'm so cold. Haunted War. Okay, let's see what else we have. Man and woman killed in a Louisiana small plane crash. Yikes. Maybe. There's not much on, right? I mean, there's not, I don't know, it seems like. How much stuff is we live? Well, we're going to look at the weather. We're going to look at the storms that are going on. Yeah, let's look at the storms, what's happening with the storms in 1 second. Oh wow, what happened here? When did this happen? Train? Yikes. Three members of the same family have been killed. 3 members of the same after being struck by a high-speed Amtrak train in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Police Chief Joe Moores from Bristol Borough Police Department said, let me see here. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Okay, there's a. That was a press conference, but let's see what's going on here. It says the incident happened at 5:58 p.m. after the Bristol Borough officers were dispatched to the area of Beaver and Prospect Street near the train station to investigate subjects up on the trains. When our officers arrived, the sergeants were starting to head up on the railroad tracks when the Excella high-speed train traveling southbound towards Philadelphia struck all 3 subjects that were up on the track. No officers were injured at the time. According to a spokesperson for Amtrak, around 6:10 p.m. in Bristol, an Amtrak train was traveling from Boston to Richmond, Virginia, and it came in contact with 3 individuals who were on the track. This is a horrific tragedy. All 3 individuals were family members. Moores noted that the tracks were going to be closed until they had completed their investigation. Amtrak noted on X in posts from 6 to 10 p.m. local time that several trains between New York and Philadelphia were temporarily suspended and then canceled. I'm a little bit lost on this. Does anybody get this now? What does that mean they were up on the tracks? The victims were 56-year-old Christopher Cramp, 31-year-old David Cramp, and 24-year-old Thomas Cramp. Oh, no. Listen to what happened. 2 of them were trying to prevent one of them from taking their own life. They wanted to save him. And all 3 ended up getting killed. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's horrific. Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, it says, I think one was the dad and one was the brother. That's what it says. Father and 2 sons. Oh my gosh. Yep. The men were identified by the Bucks County Coroner's Office as Dad Christopher Cramp, 56 years old, and his sons, David, 31, and Thomas, 24. Christopher and David were trying to stop Thomas, the 24-year-old. Bless you. Oh, gosh. Let's see here. This is horrible. Wow, that is just horrendous. Wow. I was wondering what happened there. Yeah, it's crazy. That's unbelievable, right? Oh my gosh. All right, let's go over here to something else. See if we can switch gears here. American Airlines flight to Tokyo from New York was diverted to Dallas for a maintenance issue. What's that about? It got diverted. Monster tornado touches down in Arkansas. I hope Video Reel and Julianne and everybody there is okay. Patricia Heaton? Her movie Unexpected? What does that mean, Unexpected? What is that movie that she's in? She's in a new movie now? She looks a little bit old to be expecting any. What's that about? Does anybody know? Okay, let's see what's going on with the storms and stuff. Okay. I am freezing. I am so cold. Oh, yeah, I heard about that too. There was a luxury cruise ship that was caught in 40-foot waves, and they said people were getting slammed around like crazy. That must have been incredibly scary. Let's see. All right, let's see about millions at risk as dangerous storms are going to hit the south. All right, let's see. All right, let's look at the dangerous storms coming. Okay. Days of dangerous storms still to come, it says. A stalled weather pattern will trigger another round of severe storms across the South and the Midwest. Well, hold on a minute. That was Friday. Large hail, damaging winds, and flash flooding were all possible, but that's Friday and Saturday. And why are you saying that still coming? Okay, and I know that's the new news here. Let me see here. Potentially catastrophic flooding from extreme rainfall, severe weather. I saw that. Tornado, hail, wind. Yeah. Okay, so this is... Wow, look at this. Here's some flooding. I'm so cold.
that. Okay, it says at least 16 people have been killed in the powerful storms that have swept through the South and the Midwest, and it's still wreaking significant havoc. The weather-related death toll includes a man who was killed by floodwaters in Nelson County, Kentucky. Governor Andy Beshear reported, as well as a first responder in Missouri. The first responder was pronounced dead Saturday at Mercy Hospital, Washington, in Washington, Missouri, about 50 miles west of St. Louis, after he was involved in a vehicle crash en route to a water rescue. The crash left him critically injured before he was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead. Another person injured in the wreck was hospitalized, and it was in an unknown condition. Fire Chief Terry Feff said the first responder died trying to help others. Our entire department is grieving. On Saturday, an initial damage assessment by Tennessee's McNairy County Emergency Management found that a 160-mile-per-hour EF3 tornado destroyed 108 structures and damaged 70 in the community on Thursday. Wow. Tornado watches were expected to continue to be issued through midnight for parts of the Mid-South and South, stretching from Texas to Kentucky. Severe weather, including a life-threatening, catastrophic, potential historic flash flooding event, will continue to impact lower Ohio Valley through to the Arklatex region, where Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas joined together on Saturday. That was the National Weather Service. 73 million people are under flood alerts, including flood advisories, watches, and warnings. And they're from Texas to western Pennsylvania. I'm telling you, we had a lot of rain on the way up, lots of it, and lots of fog and everything. It's crazy. A train was derailed in Mammoth Spring State Park in northern Arkansas when part of the train bridge collapsed due to flooding. Wow. House was seen floating down a river in Frankfurt. Wow. The Ohio River rose more than 5 feet over in 24 hours and is expected to rise another 10 feet in the upcoming days. The Kentucky Derby Festival kickoff air show event was canceled due to floods. Several areas may see anywhere from 10 to 20 inches of rain, which will likely lead rivers to overflow and cause major flooding across the Ozarks, portions of the lower Ohio Valley, and lower to middle Mississippi Valley. Well, so like Texarkana, yeah, I saw that today, reported about 7 inches of rain over 24 hours. Over 152,000 utility customers from Texas to Tennessee were in the dark Saturday night. Oh boy. Lots of prayers for everybody in the way of all that and what's going on. Okay. So, deadly storms. Yeah. It's snowing?
Yeah.
No wonder I'm feeling so cold all of a sudden. I just got like so chilled because we were rained on so bad today. And now I just feel so chilled. And now you say it's snowing? Hold on a minute. Hold on. Okay, let's see now. Sorry. Okay. I don't know. We're gonna see what else is going on here.
Probably my voice.
Okay, what do you want? All right, let me see. I love you. Trying to see what else is going on. I told you about the micro bakery scandal that somebody must be watching because it's keeps coming up in my feed. I am like freezing. I'm like freezing, you know. Trying to see if there's anything else that we can. Anybody want to call? Should we put the number you call in? If you have something to say. Somebody had a story. Frilly, you had a story about your nanny that stole your identity. Does anybody want to call in with a story? You could tell us what it is, and then we could have the chat vote if they want to hear your story. Not that that puts you on the spot at all. But yeah, if anybody has a story that they want to come up and tell us what it is in the chat, and then we'll take a poll and see if the chat wants to hear your story. Okay? So go ahead, put your stories in there, and then I'll be right in the chat to see if any of you have a story you want to tell. And what the chat thinks about it. It's time to tell your story. Hold on, let me get a I have to get a thing here. Happy birthday, Ethan. It's Ethan's birthday officially, but not really until he was born like at 10 something at night. What's up?
Nothing, put the screen in.
Okay. Let me go to home, and I'm going to put up a new graphic. Okay, let me just, it's going to take me 1 second. In the meantime, you can put your story in the chat. Right. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Okay. Let me move this. Now it's time for the test. Now it's time for the segment of Tell Us Your Story. All right, so let's see who has a story they want to tell us. Let me go into the chat. Where's the chat? Right here. Okay. Christine says, OMG. Oh, it's 44 here tonight, and it's pouring. All night and all day here tomorrow. I'm cold. Okay, who has it? Who has a story? Come on, somebody's got to have a story. Somebody has to have a story that we're going to vote on. Somebody has to have a story. What kind of story? Remember that lady that told us a story once, and she said it was out in California, and she went in, like, I remember she went into one of those, like, big, giant cement cylinders that was laying on its side or something, like under something. Remember that lady that came on and told the story about that? Yeah. I am so cold, guys. I feel like plunging into hot water. Ugh, it's cold. But let's think about a story that you might have. What kind of story do you have? Do you have a story? A story for us? Frilly had one about her nanny stealing her identity. Okay.
Scooter and Evie have lots and lots of stories. Oh shoot, my glasses almost fell off. Let's see. Who else has stories? Slam, you have a story? Slammy, you must have a ton of stories. Christine, story? Who's got a story? Who has a story? Trying to think of a story. Once upon a time, there were 3 bears. Now, what else? What else can we do? Oh, I know what we can do. Maybe we'll still leave the story up, but we'll do something in the meantime that might be a little more fun for Saturday night. Okay? All right, let's see. Let us see here. All right, where's this? Let me see.
Huh, let's look at this. Let's look at this. Let's play the real estate game. And this is in Westminster. No. Sorry, it's not West. It's in West. Yes, it is in Westminster. Oh my gosh. Okay. South Carolina. All right, let me pull this up. Hold on, I'm trying to get this up here.
Okay.
Pull this over.
Let's see what we've got here.
All right, so look, it's got like the Tudor style windows, right? It's got a fire pit. Okay, hardwood floors. Formal dining room. Kind of an eclectic powder room. It has a blue kitchen. Kitchen needs a gutting. The kitchen needs a gutting. And bathroom could use a little fun too. This almost looks like a mother-in-law suite, yeah. So it needs some updating. Wow. Wow. This vanity isn't bad. Looks like they updated this bathroom. Look at the stained glass over here. That is nice. Okay, and then this looks like a screened-in porch. It's kind of weird that they have the barbecue there. Can get real smoky. Look at that old refrigerator. Gravel out in the backyard in the swing. Fire pit. Looks like a horse paddocks or something. Westminster, there's the wire.
The water tower. Okay, how much do you think that house is? And it needs updating. We know that. We know it needs updating.
We're aware of that. If the price is right. You know, it's 5 bedrooms and 4 baths. It's 3,505 square feet. It says experience timeless appeal with the Victorian eclectic home. And it's graced with southern charm, reminiscent of small town Old South and tranquility. It's situated directly next door to the historic Magnolia Manor home. It's a short quarter-mile walk to downtown Main Street and the old Southern Railway depot. Okay. So let's see. You just put a guess in the chat and I'll come around with the real price. And then we'll see if any of you are close to that or not. I'm out. Yeah, you can get some rest. Gail. You're out. Oh, you're out and about Australian time. Yeah. Oh, gosh. I am freezing. Absolutely freezing. Nobody wants to give it a guess? Nobody wants to give it a guess? Oh, wait, there's probably a lag between the pictures on that I'm showing and by the time they come on YouTube and finish. In the meantime, I want to get 2 ibuprofen because my head is still reeling from the drive home in the fog. So I want to get that because I know that if I don't take them, then when I go lay down, it's just going to get worse. So let me take them while you guys could think about if you're going to put a price in there. That would be great. If you're not, we'll go do something else. I'm coming back. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay. So in case anybody's playing at home and can't, I know there's a lot of people without electricity maybe watching on the replay. That's the price of the house. And I'll look for another one. Let's see what this one is.
I know the weather has really sidelined a lot of people. Okay. All right, I'm going to show another one. This one's going to be in North Carolina. I'm sorry I have to crunch on this cookie right now because I just took 2 ibuprofen and I have to have something in my stomach. Okay, here it is. Yes, I'm aware there's a lag. It's okay. Wow. Okay, let me just read it a little bit. So this is an exceptional historical estate in Wilson. Wilson, North Carolina's can own a piece of history in Wilson, North Carolina. It's a stunning 6,028 square foot estate. It's located just 2+ miles from the Milwaukee Brewers Wilson Warbird Stadium, 1 block from Barton College, and a mile from downtown in the new YMCA. It was built in 1903. It's a grand home. Sits on nearly 2 acres of meticulous landscaped grounds. It was designed by renowned architect Charles Gillette, featuring rare coastal redwood trees. Okay, it has 4 bedrooms, each with a private bathroom. They include beautifully hand-painted wallpapered bath, 5 fireplaces, Gone with the Wind staircase, a dramatic focal point in the entry hall, a grand dining room with a French Zuber wallpaper, ideal for large gatherings, fully equipped butler's pantry featuring a wet bar, and room for expansion. A working passenger elevator is a rare find in this historic home. And there's a 3rd floor with an additional 2,000 square foot of unfinished space, perfect for a master suite or a recreation room. Has a 2-car garage with the potential for an apartment above. Currently used as storage, parking for 14 vehicles. Okay, let's take a look. Lots of interesting things to look at. I like looking at things, right? Don't you? There's the elevator. It's a little scary. A little bit scary. Look at that linoleum or something they have down there. And look at that avocado green refrigerator. Interesting. I'm just coming down the stairs, the back stairs. Remember that back stairs at the White House, that book? Lots of paperwork in there.
Little kid's watering can up there. It's strange. With a big thermometer on the wall there. Lots of fabrics, and then pillows and things. That's a nice retro bath. I like that. I think that's cool, the way the shower's like that. Another retro bath. Good. I wish I could see those dolls and things a little better. The other time there was this bear that I wanted on the chair, and somebody told me, go ask the realtor. Another vintage. Oh, there's the koi pond. There's another koi pond. Hydrangeas. Nice pathways. Some of those are the redwoods, maybe? All those hydrangeas. It's the garage with the space above, possibly for an apartment. Another view of the koi pond there. Okay, there's a little interesting feature. Okay, what do you think that is going for? I wonder if you can, and if nobody is here, it's okay. I mean, to do this or wants to play this, it's fine. I enjoy looking through this stuff myself, and I know people will like it on the replay. So, I'm going to put the price of this one in. If you're playing along at home, maybe you've won. Let me know in the comments. Okay, and let me go over here to make sure that, uh-oh, what happened? There we go. All right, maybe we'll put up some word cookies. Welcome in, guys. Word cookie time. Enter. Enter. No. Oh, how about renter? And rent. Okay, and tier. And tree. Okay. What? re-rent. Tire. Okay. Inert. Let's see. Teen. And then turn. Okay, so let's try. Let's see, what do we have? Let's see. Okay. So it's got to be an R or but it's R-E-I. 4 letters. Okay. What can we make with the E? Hey K-Love, how are you? How are you doing? Retire. Okay, that's, yes, you got it. That's great. Retire. Thank you, K-Love. And I think I have enter. Didn't I have enter? Or enter wouldn't work? I thought I did have enter. Oh, I do have enter. It's right up there. Enter. Yeah, I already have enter. Thank you, though. That retire is good. Retire, that's great. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, rain, right? Yes, okay. Now let's see. You can't see it too well on your phone, Kayla. It's okay. I appreciate you being here. Okay, let's see. Enter. So how about TR TR return. No. Let's use one of our 100 and something up there. Oh, this one. Okay. That begins with a T. Okay. T I-E tier. No. This one is N. Okay. Let's see. Terry, she just got married. She left the boy that should never have left her. Oh, Terry. Okay, let's see. TR. what is it? Re-enter, I know, but I don't think it, we don't have another E. We need 3 E's for that. What about re-enter? No. No, it's okay. Oh, Terne. It's fine. I'm just glad that you're playing. That's fine. Please don't feel bad about anything. Terne. Yeah, it doesn't work because I don't know. Huh. Huh. Trine. Huh? Terne. Oh, Murder of Crows. I'm so happy to see you too. Okay. Oh, there you are, Murder of Crows. Thank you. Murder of Crows is here to save the day. Murder of Crows. Thank you. Caleb and I are doing our best. We need some help. Trier. Very good, Murder of Crows. Now what could we do, Murder of Crows? No. I've got a what? What does this begin with? An E. So E-N. E-R. E-R-R. Erin Gobra. All right. What does the last start with? An E. It starts with an E. Entire. Beautiful Murder of Crows. Thank you. You're so nice. You're so nice. Now my stomach is growling. I didn't have dinner tonight. We had this lunch, and they cooked omelets for us tonight, a mushroom and spinach omelet, and I'm so full. And now my stomach is growling. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm not gonna eat anymore anyway. All right, let's see. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Gosh, my eyes are burning. I don't know, guys. I think I'm just going to call it a night. I'm pretty tired. I think a lot of you are pretty tired too. Tomorrow's Ethan's birthday. Via? Okay. And then we're going to have an auction, I guess, later on. Thank you. That works. That works. But my eyes are burning. I'm going to go to bed. Bye. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Everybody have a good night. I love you. God bless. And prayers. I just can't keep my eyes open anymore. I'm sorry. I'm just exhausted. Been going since before 7. I can't even find out where that I have to close this out, and let me see where it's live streaming from. Oh brother, can you spare a dime? Here, let's see if it's spreading. Oh, here it is. Okay, I love you guys. Be good.